Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Terry's Beautiful Body Stars all around the world. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Troy Bowen. This is the first interview with Troy and his lovely wife, Carla. You'll see Carla next time. But this is Troy Bowens, and we're going to speak tonight about Direct TV, giving you some insights and more information on Direct TV. First of all, I'll ask Troy, how long have you been with Direct TV?
I've been with DirecTV since 2008.
2008.
2008, yes. We were contractors for a company for a short while, and then we started becoming authorized dealers in 2010, and we started doing events in 2011.
Mm-hmm. And before Direct TV, you were already into Cox Cable, right?
Yes, I did contracting for Cox Cable through another company, third-party company, and since '94 to 2012. So I kind of overlapped '08 to 2012 from Cox and DirecTV at the same time.
Okay. And you were kind of introduced or directed to Direct TV from your son, right?
From our
Didn't
son.
he kind of introduce you to that?
He was working with us at the time, and he was paying attention to the technology. And he came to me and said, "Dad, we're working for the wrong company. DirecTV is progressing with their technology, and Cox Cable seem to be staying still where they are." So how he explained it to me was that how the cell phones have progressed from a cell phone to PDA to smartphones, and Cox DirecTV is progressing from digital cable to HD to 3D.
The 3D.
To 3D. So now, and it took me a while to quite grasp what he was sharing with me. So what he did, he went out and bought me a TV, hooked up DirecTV, and from the time that TV came on, I understood what he was talking about.
Because at first, you watched television, but you didn't watch television.
I watched TV, but I didn't watch TV.
Right.
I would fall asleep all the time watching movies. The family used to always tell me what's going to put me to sleep tonight, what show we're going to watch is going to put me to sleep. And it wasn't until we got to DirecTV that I realized that I wasn't watching a clear picture, so my eyes were always tired. So instead of watching the show, I would close my eyes thinking I was resting and I would fall asleep. We got DirecTV, and I'm up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning watching TV, and I realized that it was that clear 1080 picture that I was watching that made the difference in what I was doing.
So it's a different clarity than Cox Cable, would you say?
It's a different clarity. Everybody boasts and say that they have 1080, and 1080 is that high resolution TV, or that HD that you see when you go to Best Buy or Sam's and you buy your TV. How nice and clear they are.
Right.
Well, both Sam's and Best Buy, they're streaming DirecTV there. One of the Best Buy has a booth where you can go sit, and they have one TV and they have two receivers. They have the Cox Cable and they have DirecTV, and you can swap from one input to the other. And you can see, it's like when you're watching Cox and you switch over to DirecTV, it's like somebody pulled the film off the TV and you can see it clear. Watching the same programming.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So watching the same programming, you still see a much clearer picture on DirecTV than what you will with Cox Cable.
Wow. Now, tell us about the marriage saver. He told me that story, and I love this story. You guys must hear this.
Marriage saver. One of my uncles here in the city, his wife, and they're DirecTV customers of ours, and they've had the DirecTV's HD DVR for some time.
Right.
And at that time they were only able to record 2 shows at one time. Well, one day his wife left the house, and she had 2 shows recording. So for my uncle to watch something different, he stopped one of her shows from recording. and the one that he stopped was the one that she really wanted to see.
Right.
And so he called me up, and we went out and we upgraded him to the DirecTV Genie, which you can record 4 shows one time and still watch something else throughout the entire house. It has a terabyte of memory, so now when his wife is gone and she can record 4 shows, he still gets to watch TV. And he told me that I saved his marriage. So I tell everybody now that the DirecTV Genie is the marriage saver.
I love that story. Now, you say a DirecTV Genie, and you also have said to me, Genie Go.
Genie Go.
Okay.
Genie Go is DirecTV's version of where you're able to watch what you have recorded on your TV wherever you are. So then, if you have programming where you're watching a show on your DVR and you're in Oklahoma and you go to take the kids out of town, and instead of renting movies there, you can also pull playback from your iPad or your laptop from your DirecTV DVR at home. So you're able to take programming with you.
That's awesome. And the story that I heard behind that one is when Troy and his wife Carla was at a restaurant and she was watching one of her favorite shows, right?
One of her favorite
Criminal
shows.
Minds.
Criminal Minds.
I love that show too.
Yeah, it's Criminal Minds, and we have stayed at the restaurant to the last 15 minutes, and
You just had to go.
I had to go. It was time. I couldn't stay any longer, and she said we can't go yet until the rest of this show plays.
Right.
And so I just pulled up my phone and I pulled up my app and hit record from there. I said we can watch this when we get home tonight. And so then when we got home later, the show was there waiting for us, and we had recorded, and so she got to see the rest of her
And
show.
so she was okay with that.
And she was okay with that.
That's a marriage saver as well.
That's a marriage saver as well.
Yes, it
also.
is. That's a marriage saver. Okay, now tell us about how you can watch your sports or the scores. You can still watch your show at the same time.
DirecTV has a fully interactive score guide. For most of us sports fans, we like getting our scores and our updates, and at the moment for most people the only place they can get them is on ESPN. So they have to wait till this bar goes across the screen and it shows their score. Most of the time, just as they get to what you want to see, it goes to commercial.
That's right.
Okay, well DirecTV now has a fully interactive score guide, so from wherever you are or whatever show or programming you're watching, you can pull up the score guide and you can check whatever sport you want to. So you can the NBA, college basketball, football, the games that are coming on, the games that have already been played, and you can pull up the game and see the box scores of the game. So instead of waiting for ESPN to tell you, you always know who did what, when they did it, and what's coming on, and how they did it all.
Wow. You guys hear that?
The score guide is awesome. It is a nice feature where you can watch the movie, and you can also pull this score guide up again on your DirecTV iPad app, where you can pull the guide up. So without interfering with your TV, and while you're watching the movie, you can pull it up on your app, and you can see what the scores are.
So with the app, you just put DirecTV app, and that's all you gotta type in there?
There's an app for DirecTV you go download on your iPad, and then while you're there, you turn your iPad, it turns into the DirecTV remote.
Oh.
So then while you're watching TV, you can pull up everything that you could do with your DirecTV remote, you can do on your iPad.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. You can record, you can scan through movies, you can watch recorded movies.
That's awesome, and you won't have to use this
You don't have to use your remote if you don't want to.
Okay.
Okay. And that particular app is interactive with any of your receivers in the house. So we sell to commercial businesses that sometimes a restaurant may have 4 or 5 TVs and they're always searching for a remote to change the channel here. Well, with DirecTV's new app that they have for the iPad, they can take their iPad. So if the people are sitting at table 7 need to change channels, they can pull that DVR up or the receiver up on their iPad app, and they can change the channels from where they are. So instead of having 7 remotes at 7 different locations,
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. I'm serious.
Well, now that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, and I've never heard that before, Troy.
Yeah.
But that's some great information for you guys. So, and for me too, because I never knew that. So that's really cool to know. And also, let's talk about some events.
Talk about some events.
Yes, that's coming up.
We're promoting the events that we are a part of in Oklahoma. So we try to tell as many people as we can. Oklahoma has a lot to offer. Along with us doing the RV show that's coming up this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There are home shows that happen at the fairgrounds. There are car shows. There are motorcycle shows. Downtown at the river, there is a 4th of July celebration that we're going to be at there. In Wewoka, little town of Wewoka, in October, there's a sorghum festival. Has one of the nicest parades I've ever seen. August, the Watermelon Festival in Rush Springs, Oklahoma. It sounds funny.
But a lot of people don't know these things.
It is. The lady that introduced me to the Watermelon Festival, when I called her about it, she told me that other than the State Fair, Oklahoma, and the Affair of the Heart, Oklahoma.
Okay, right.
The Rush Springs Watermelon Festival is the most attended event in the state of Oklahoma, and she says 30 to 60,000 people, and there is 30 to 60,000 people that show up, and there are over 200 event dealers that are there. There are food dealers, vendors, there are clothing vendors, there's jewelry vendors, everybody's there, and they even give you free watermelon also.
Oh, you get free watermelon? I'll be there. I'll be there. I know a lot of us, we really did not know that, Troy. So we're saying there's really nothing to do in Oklahoma City, but there's plenty to do here.
Almost every week, we during the spring and the summer, we do at least 3 events a month. Sometimes there are 4, sometimes 5, and we overlap sometimes. We have to go in 2 separate directions because there are so many events to do. What's coming up real soon is the Norman Music Festival.
That's next month, right?
That's next month.
Okay,
if you've never been, it's a one-day event, and it's from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night.
Okay, where is it held in Norman?
It's held Main Street, in Norman, and they block off 3 or 4 of the streets and blocks long. And they have a big stage where there's a band. They have food vendors. They have clowns. They have circus. They even had belly dancers last year.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did.
Well, Troy, okay, you're telling us these events, and I didn't know that this was going on. So how are people finding what's going on?
Okay, we find most of our events on travelok.com.
Travel OK.
Just Google travelok.com, and it has a site that you can go in and you can look up sporting events, cultural events, cooking events, food events. You can just put all of them in, and it'll show you from January to December.
Wow.
And you can pull up, and it'll show everything that's happening in the state of Oklahoma.
Wow, there you go. So don't ever say you don't have anything to do and you're bored, because
you're bored. Yeah.
He just let you know how to find it.
Right, and there's also the fair. Everyone thinks that Oklahoma State Fair that happens in September is the only fair in Oklahoma, but almost every small city in Oklahoma has their own fair. El Reno has a fair, Lawton has a fair, Norman has a fair, Stillwater has a fair.
Wow.
Everybody has their own fair. Chickasha has a fair, Duncan has a fair.
Do they have the rides and everything?
They have the rides. They have the food vendors. They have the food vendors. Even
the fried food.
They have the fried ice cream, the fried peanut butter, and the fried Snickers.
Get fat all the way all year round, right?
Yeah, and my wife and I, we judge the fairs by the turkey legs. So whoever has the best turkey.
Well, which one has that been? State Fair?
El Reno.
El Reno?
Yes, there's a guy that's in El Reno. The old smokehouse, something like that. It is one of the best turkey legs. It falls off the bone. It is the best turkey leg. Yeah.
That's cool. So we're so glad to know all that information now. So everybody go and check that out. Check that out. But this week, it's the RV.
The RV show, the 45th annual RV show. It's going to be held at Oklahoma State Fairgrounds. We're going to be in the Travel Transportation Building.
Okay.
And we're going to be in the Cox complex also.
So we can find your table. It'll be a table, right?
It'll be a table with a booth. Actually, we have our tent set up there.
It'll be a tent.
It'll be a tent set up.
With DirecTV.
With DirecTV.
Okay. So look for Troy and his beautiful wife, Carla. And they'll get you hooked up.
Yeah,
Once you get them hooked up?
We'll get you hooked up.
They do have flyers and cards and gifts and whatnot, right?
We have gifts. We try to give out something to everybody to come by the booth. Try to have something for the kids and something for the men, something for the women. We have pens, we have notepads, magnets, T-shirts, balloons, harmonicas for the kids. So
that's great.
We try and do something for everybody.
And didn't you say that there's a chance of winning cruise or something?
Cruise. Right now, it's a home theater system for the DirecTV. Yeah.
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there for that too. Come on down this week. It's Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday.
And does it cost to get in, Troy?
It's $9 for entry into the RV show.
Okay.
And that gets you into entry into both buildings.
Okay, that's great. That's great. You have to pay for your food.
You have to pay for your food.
Okay, but come on down. Now, Troy, if you were to sell me DirecTV today, what would you tell me?
To sell you DirecTV today,
Yes.
DirecTV has is the leader in sports, the leader in movies, leader in HD. But more importantly, it is probably the least expensive way to watch TV. So if you're a sports fan, we have more sports. If you're a movie fan, we have the latest movies, and we give you the movie channels, all of them free for 90 days. And the first year you can get $35 to $45 discount on your programming. Contract is 2 years. And after that 2 years, you're still going to be cheaper than the cable company, and you're going to have more programming than Dish Network.
Okay. And talk about the reception when the weather, because a lot of people are going to have that question about when a storm comes, is it going to just go out on them, or can we talk about that?
Talk about the reception when storm comes. Everything comes from the same satellite services. Cable, AT&T, UVerse, Dish Network. Everybody uses the same satellite services where they get their networks from. Cable company, when it storms, you see how it pixelates or shows the tiles and breaks up. AT&T sometimes goes in and out. And DirecTV will lose signal on a major ice storm, or such as what we had this past fall. But they've worked on their technology to make sure that they're better than what it was 5 years ago or before, where the signal is always searching and it's always upgrading and making sure that we don't have the problem in the rain or the wind that we had in the past. But if you're in a major storm, you're going to have a problem with everybody. DirecTV, along with the cable companies, also.
Now, it's the small satellite dish.
Not that big.
It's not that big.
Not that
plate.
big dish you used to see back in the backyards anymore.
Right.
And they've done some work on it also. That the dish that they had was one size, and now they've shrank the pole that it's on, so it's not as visible from the street as what it once was. It's now it's a real streamlined dish. It's closer to the roof, and it's not as noticeable as what it used to be.
Do they put those on apartments?
Yes and no. It all depends on the apartment complex. Most of the apartments have real strict rules about how and where you can put DirecTV. Some apartments will allow you to put them on balconies or put them somewhere on the south side. Facing the south. If you have an apartment that has a balcony or a little backyard on the south side of the apartment, they will allow. So you have to talk with the apartment complex that you live in and ask questions prior to us coming out. And before we try and do any installation, we also ask the apartments ourselves to make sure that we are following their guidelines.
Okay. Now, is it you that will install this for them, or do you have a team?
I have a team. I have installers that come out and do the work. So they are very professional, very courteous, professional, and very knowledgeable of not just DirecTV, but electronics altogether. So if they have to integrate your TV with your entertainment system, with your DVRs, or if it's your sound system, they're able to integrate it in with it, so to make sure.
Okay, because what if some people may still not have a flat screen? Will they be able to? Not
a problem. DirecTV comes fully equipped to hook our TVs up to TVs that are cable ready, or the one component or composite TVs, and so we have connections that fit all situations.
That is good to know. Okay, one final thing, Troy, how can people find you? Facebook, Twitter, website?
Find us on Facebook, Bowen Communication on Facebook. And we will be posting our upcoming events that we do. pictures of the events. And so we'll also show out, along with showing our booth at DirecTV, but we'll show some of the other scenes and the other dealers that are there at the events also. So you can see what type foods that are there, some of the clothing dealers that are there, the jewelry dealers that are there. You can come out to any of these events that we are, and you can find a good deal on something. So if I can't help you on DirecTV, there's going to be something that you're going to find that you're going to like or you're going to love.
That's right. That's right. So we are very excited about coming out this week and see what's going on at the RV event this Thursday through Sunday. Okay, bring your children out. They'll have a good time as well. Bring the family out. And for outing, the weather's going to be great.
The weather's going to be great, 70 degrees. Usually there's a clown there that paints faces and blows balloons with the kids. So it's something for everybody to do.
That's great. And there, you guys, you'll meet his beautiful wife. And we're going to interview Miss Carla next time as well. We just didn't have enough time today. And we'll see her the next time. Until then, Troy, do you have any final words?
Just come see us at the RV show.
Okay, and we do thank you guys for tuning in once again for Terri's Beautiful Bodies, stars all around the world. We are making it happen. Oklahoma's busting out. We have friends all over the world that are tuning in as well. So we invite you to tune in for the show. You can find me on Facebook under Terri Mitchell. Email me please at lavitamitchell@gmail.com. That is LAVETTA Mitchell@gmail.com. So once again, remember, it is the mind that makes the body. Love someone, help someone. It is my motto as always. If I could just help someone as I travel on, then my living is not in vain. Until next time, good night.
Good night, everybody.